This is Quizmaster Jack coming at you with more BuzzFeed of the summer pop culture variety. We're past the halfway point, and I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed in the results I've had. Not necessarily um, in the questions. Like questions are good. I just haven't really had stuff in my wheelhouse. So my celerity is not where I want it to be. My score at the end is not where I want it to be. But you know what? That doesn't matter because I'm still having a good time. And already week 5 is looking pretty good for me because it looks like we kind of got a video game question right off the bat. So, customary stretches. Yeah, you're ready to go. All right, let's do it.
In this game, time shift stones must be struck to move through the sand ship in the Lanayru Sand Sea. Before this game's final boss battle,
Yeah, all right. That is a Zelda that I did not play, but all the sand stuff sounded a lot like it would be Skyward Sword. Yeah, I've played my fair share. I keep bouncing off of Breath of the Wild. I just like every couple months I'll pick it up and start playing it, and I'm not a huge fan. Not big onto weapon degradation in that game. Classic franchise. I really like Twilight Princess, and obviously like Ocarina is great, but I think I probably have Twilight Princess fairly high up on my list.
In this show's last episode, a stage prop is replaced with a real knife during a production of Macbeth, causing Beecher to fatally stab Schillinger. The Aryan Brotherhood clashed with other gangs on, for 10 points, what HBO drama...
So is this going to be Oz? Okay. Figured after we talked about the Aryan Brotherhood, that would probably be a prison series. Interesting about the Macbeth thing that prison series would end with Macbeth.
This woman gave the first non-English performance to win a Best Actress Oscar in the film Two Women. With a frequent co-star, she made the films Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow and Marriage Italian Style. For 10 points, what Italian actress often co-starred with Marcello Mastroianni?
I don't actually know about this, so I'm gonna guess an Italian. Sophia Loren. Oh man, I completely forgot about Sophia Loren. Yeah, that's a much better answer. I don't think Rossellini has won an Oscar. Yeah, man, just completely forgot about Sophia Loren and punished for it.
This musician sampled Bessie Jones's Sometimes on Honey, the opening track of his 1999 album Play, which also includes the Gwen Stefani...
So that's got to be Moby put out an album called Play. Yeah. Moby. Fun fact about Moby, actually related to Herman Melville. That's where he got the name. He's related to the guy that wrote Moby Dick. I either wrote a question or had something about that recently, but his real surname is Melville, and he's actually related to the author. So that Gwen Stefani track they were talking about there would have been Southside, which is a song that I like a lot.
This film introduced Crazy Ralph, who rides around on his bike proclaiming doom. A woman at the beginning of Scream is killed after not identifying this film's killer as...
So this is Friday the 13th? Who's the biker with doom? Yeah, because Pamela Voorhees was actually the killer in the first Friday the 13th. As a revenge for her son Jason dying. Although it's revealed at the end he's some sort of water zombie. and still actually alive. Horror movies are weird.
In 2021, Anderson Cooper claimed that this restaurant would be visited by rioters who stormed the U.S. Capitol. Its former slogan was, "When you're here, you're family."
Oh, well,
And
it's just Olive Garden. Right? Yeah, when you're here, your family. Get them unlimited breadsticks, just like you do for family. Olive Garden was actually the last restaurant I ate at before the pandemic started. I think. It was one of the last two. I may have eaten at Din Tai Fung after that. But yeah, for a long time, my most recent restaurant experience was Olive Garden. I mean, it's bad food, but it's fine. It's fine. OG's fine.
on one show whose title began with this adjective, Lemonade in the Cafeteria at St. Bernardine's.
Yeah, all right. I feel good about that one. So they're talking about That's American Vandal, which was a parody of Making a Murderer. Well, they're actually talking about American Vandal 2, the second season, where the big thing is somebody put laxatives in the school lemonade and made everybody crap their pants, and then went on to a number of pranks from there. And then the first season was about somebody drawing dicks on the cars of teachers at a high school. So where does the question go from there? So we're talking about American Vandal. Probably like American Dad? What else? And maybe like The Americans? The Americans is a series, right? Yeah. Anyway, I feel good about that one. Still only got 19 points, but I feel like that was a very, very fast buzz. Possible best buzz.
This singer claimed Your Body's poetry in her 2016 song Move Your Body. She was criticized for the depiction of autism in her 2020.
Let's see ya. Yeah, so they're talking about music, the Oscar Beatty autism movie musical. I think it's technically a musical that did not go the way Sia wanted it to. Yeah, didn't really get the noms that they probably wanted for it. Fun facts: I watched. I golf, and my YouTube algorithm has been was pushing golf on me fairly hard. So I was watching this YouTube channel by this guy named Eric Alderslang. It was just like this golf guy goes on trips, and he's just like personable. Does a lot of like interviewing people, trying weird golf things, and just playing golf. And then one episode he talks about how he was married to a famous person at one point, and I was like, "Huh, weird. I wonder who he was married to." So I looked it up. He was married to Sia. So this guy, who I only knew through his golf content, ended up being, the ex-husband of Sia. It's just weird. That was a weird revelation.
An SNL parody ad shows one of these items playing the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme and gaslighting users. A 2019 ad in which a woman gets one of these items for...
Yeah, it's got to be a Peloton. Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm glad if the question was actually stationary bikes, I may have looked out that they took Peloton there. I'm assuming that first thing was they must name drop Peloton. So it may have been, it was right at that point. Or are we at the point now where, like, for Kleenex or Band-Aids or Venetian blinds, that Pelotons are just actually the term for stationary bikes? Are we at that point now? Have we reached that cultural singularity?
Dan Devine alleged that this film invented key scenes to make him look villainous. Vince Vaughn appears in this film as O'Hara, who overrules his coach in a game against Georgia Tech. For 10 points, in what film does Sean Astin star as...
Okay. Vince Vaughn was in that? Huh. I did not realize Vince Vaughn was in that. I mean, obviously, we were on football. So since they, like, with the Vince Vaughn drop, I was thinking, like, was he in The Blind Side somehow? But no, then they said Sean Astin, so it's got to be Rudy. I just watched the Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode with Sean Astin in it. Man, Sean Astin's had, like, a nice career. You know, like, starting out with Rudy, still, like, emblematic role playing Samwise. And, like, pretty emblematic role in the second season of Stranger Things. Dude just acts.
This man's girlfriend, Alexandra DeWitt, was killed by Major Force, an episode that inspired the phrase women in refrigerators.
Yeah.
This man became a hero after Hal Jordan went...
Yeah, okay. Wait. Do they want the specific guy? Okay, good. Because that wasn't the Green Lantern I was going to say. If they wanted a specific Green Lantern. Yeah, I knew the women in fridges thing, but I was actually stuck between that and Green Arrow. But it would have been Oliver. Oliver has always been Green Arrow. Yeah, I was gonna say Guy Gardner, because I forgot about Kyle Rayner. Obviously, Hal Jordan is everybody's actual Green Lantern.
A song by this band ends with feedback spelling SOS in Morse code and declares phony Beatlemania has bitten the dust. Another of their songs repeats the refrain, Sharif don't like it. For 10 points, what English punk rock band recorded the songs Rock the Casbah and London Calling?
Oh, it is. That was bad. That was bad on my part. I had Rock the Casbah and wasn't confident enough to just say The Clash at that point. See, they put lyrics in, and I know the song, and then I just blank on. Or I'm too hesitant on who actually performed the song.
In the Pink Floyd song Nobody Home, this TV character can be heard saying, surprise, surprise, surprise. Goober was a cousin of this unsophisticated North Carolinian, played by Jim Nabors.
That's Gomer Pyle. Marine, USMC, Gomer Pyle. Yeah, there's not much to say about Gomer Pyle. I write a question about him like every 2 years, and they usually involve Jim Nabors. So, good old Gomer Pyle.
A constellation depicting this being appears in the cave level of a 1999 rail shooter. The first ever Super Smash Bros. DLC was this character that, like Charizard, has 2 mega evolutions. A cave near Cerulean City was home to, for 10 points, what genetically...
Yeah, it's Mewtwo. Oh, I forgot. I mean, I played a fair amount of Smash, but I didn't realize Mewtwo was DLC at some point. Which one was he DLC for? Or they, I guess. I don't know if Mewtwo is canonically gendered. Yeah. Also, he has Mega Evolution? I don't know. Pokemon gets weird.
AC and Stretch were in a group of these items that title a 1988 Will Vinton mockumentary in which viewers meet them.
Oh.
4 of these items play I Heard It Through the Grapevine in a 1986 ad. For 10 points, 1980's Sun-Maid ads.
Just talk about raisins? All right. Yeah, I heard it through the grapevine. Wasn't that the California raisins? Meet the raisins. I was on like, what's that? The Peter Jackson puppet movie. It's like Meet the Meeples? No, it's not the Meeples. It's something else. Meeples is something. So I was on like that weird track, but then I was like, why? How would they have? Where would they go from there? If it, like that's the giveaway for a question about that. So then I was like, Meeples Muppets. When they started like Heard It Through the Grapevine, because raisins are dried up grapes. Yeah. All right. No abbreviated answers.
In this film, a jade item is found in a location based on The Shining's Overlook Hotel.
Yeah. I read the book, but I didn't see the movie, and so I know that. But I've heard about the big change of how instead of doing war games, because one of the tasks in the book is to basically act out every part of war games as Matthew Broderick, or Matthew Broderick's character. And then for the movie, they just decided to do The Shining because Spielberg really likes Kubrick. Yeah, I thought the book was fine. I didn't see the movie. But yeah, Ready. There's definitely problems with Ready Player One, but the book that I read was entertaining enough.
A song first sung by this man in English is performed in Spanish by Rebecca Del Rio at Club Silencio in the film Mulholland Drive.
Oh, what is it?
He asked, "Are you lonely just like me?" in a 1964 song titled For Someone Walking Down the Street. For 10 points.
Yeah. It's Roy Orbison. Oh, what? I did my first podcast ever was about Mulholland Drive because it was the final of my of the film noir class I took the last year, or my last term of college. I took a film noir class. Yeah, so what's the song? Man, I don't remember. I don't think it was Pretty Woman. It wasn't like Moon Dance. Oh, what was it? I'm gonna look that up. Should I look that up now? Nah, that's not good. Watching video of somebody looking something up isn't. I'm already skirting the boundaries of being entertaining by just playing through trivia. Me looking up things isn't going to. But yeah, that's a weird scene in Mulholland Drive in a movie of weird scenes. No Ibanda, no orchestra.
On this show, the Shining Light Liberation Army killed the parents of a Japanese woman called the Female.
No, that's the voice. Yep, haven't. That's another. Everybody keeps telling me I should watch that since it's all superheroes and stuff, and I'm pretty big into Marvel, but it's just so bleak. It's like there's enough bleakness in the actual world right now. I don't need my entertainment to have that. But yeah, there's a soup they call the female because of somebody saying the female is the most dangerous part of the species. So they just call her the female the whole time.
In the 1960s, this character was revived and became the villainous outsider after temporarily dying. After the Final Crisis storyline, this character helped raise his employer's biological son, Damien, with the help of...
So Alfred? Yeah. Because Damian is the son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul. So the person who would raise his employer's son would be, in the DC universe, would be Alfred. It's not going to be Lucius.
This band's biggest single was written for the intro of the film American Gigolo.
Yeah, all right. You'll notice how I'm doing well on the pop music in this one because they haven't done anything since like 2010 so far. So I'm cruising for a bruising. But yeah, Blondie, I don't know if they said their biggest hit or their first hit, but yeah, Call Me was actually written for American Gigolo. I wrote a question about that. So I got this. Maybe for a Best Buzz? Might be my first Best Buzz on a pop music question ever.
This game's protagonist recuperates for several days at Bonnie McFarlane's home near the town of
All right, back to back, pretty good. I mean, they did say... So here's the problem with that sort of question, is that Bonnie McFarlane is a major character in Red Dead Redemption that you meet very early on. So a lot of people who have played Red Dead Redemption are going to remember that, or will have interacted with that part of the game. Now, of course, Red Dead Redemption has been out for like 15 years, so they may not remember that. But anyway, a couple of strong buzzes right in a row there in the 700s. I like it. I'm on a roll. Cruising for a bruising, though.
A man in this film fillets a fish at his desk during a montage set to Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gang.
Yeah, Office Space. When the Grim Reaper comes, what the hell are you going to do? Yeah, it's part of the movie where what's his no, it's not Mike. Dave? I don't know the main character of Office Space's name. I know it's Michael Bolton. But yeah, he just doesn't care anymore, so he's just like going fishing and filleting the fish at his desk. And like gets a promotion.
This musician's book, Tears for Water, includes poems as well as lyrics from songs such as A Woman's Worth. Her marriage to Swizz Beatz inspired a song about someone who's got both feet on the ground and she's burning it down. For 10 points, name this singer of Fallen and Girl on Fire.
All right, it's Alicia Keys. Still got it, but wasn't a strong as strong a buzz as I had on the last three.
On this TV show, a lucha libre wrestler named Teresa married Bunchy, who worked at the Fight Club gym. The former Boston mobster Mickey was played by Jon Voight on this show, which ended in 2020. For 10 points, identify this Showtime series named for a fixer, played by Liev Schreiber.
Oh, crap. What was that called? I'm not going to get this because I just don't remember. Ray Donovan. I had, you know what? I have the correct amount of in that last name. I have the correct placement of consonants and vowels. So as wrong as my answer is, maybe not all that far off. Oh yeah, I just forgot about that. I like Liev Schreiber. Seems like this guy's just been in stuff and is usually like serviceable to pretty good.
This man played Helmut Dork, who leads Jewish children to the gas chamber in the notorious film The Day the Clown Cried. This comedian hosted the NBA Labor Day telethon.
Yeah, that's Jerry Lewis. Yeah, Jerry Lewis. Oy. That's a heavy clue to start out with for Jerry Lewis. Yeah, and then they talk about the March of Dimes telethon. No, it's not March of Dimes. Whatever, the big charity that Jerry Lewis does. Yeah. Eesh. It's just heavy Jerry Lewis.
This character has nightmares about creating the kid-friendly tobacco mascot, Mr. Butts. He was first seen attending Walden College, a stand-in for Yale, where he was BD's liberal roommate. For 10 points.
It's just got to be Doonesbury. Yeah, they weren't. There's no way they would ask about any other characters in that except for Doonesbury himself. But they said BD. Yeah, BD. BD's the other main character, the guy that wears a helmet all the time. And then, was it Reagan as an asterisk?
A monarch on this show demonstrates science by throwing a dog attached to a parachute off a...
That's the Great. Yeah, sweet. I watched that. Apparently there's a second season of it coming out, which is a loose dramatization of Catherine the Great's interactions with her husband, who she overthrows. It's loose. Yeah, I watched that. I think I watched that during the pandemic, but it kind of came and went. It's fine. It's silly, but also like everybody in it's pretty terrible. No, like their characters are terrible people, not like the actors are fun. The characters are all fairly terrible, including Catherine herself.
In 2017, a woman with this surname ended Gisele Bündchen's 14-year reign atop the Forbes list of highest-paid fashion models. This is the current surname of the first wife of O.J. Simpson defense attorney Robert Kardashian. For 10 points, give this surname of transgender actor.
Oh, it's Jenner. Okay. So it must have been like Kylie Jenner, who's number one. Kylie? Kylie Jenner? Kylie? Yeah, Kylie. Sure, Kylie. Yeah. All right.
Hal, an unpleasant nursing home orderly in this 1996 film, reappears in the 2020 film Hubie Halloween. This film's protagonist...
I think this is just Happy Gilmore. Yeah, because that's the one with the unpleasant orderly, played by Ben Stiller, I believe. I had an inkling, and they talked about Hubie, which is also an Adam Sandler Happy Madison joint. But yeah, the orderly like mistreats Happy's grandma. Drops an air conditioner on somebody at some point. Yeah, Ben Stiller and a mustache. Always a recipe for comedy.
This album's first song describes a kaleidoscope of loud heartbeats under coats in the title city. Welcome to New York opens this album, whose first single notes the player's gonna play, play, play. For 10 points, Shake It Off appears on what Taylor Swift album titled for her birth year?
It was 1980. It's either 9 or 5. I'm going to go with 9. Oh. it messed me up on that title city thing because I was going through my head about albums that had cities in their name, but I think that was talking about the title song. Yeah, so I was thinking it's either 85 or 89. They're pretty much the same.
In this musical, Ali is attacked after he is heard speaking Arabic on the phone. This musical's number, Welcome to the Rock, recounts a morning in the town of Gander, Newfoundland.
Oh. That's been coming up a lot lately, this Come From Away. I don't know, I've been probably bringing it up half the time, but I feel like I've been hearing about Come From Away a lot lately. It's the 9/11 musical. But it's an uplifting one because it's about the small town in Canada that had like eight planes get diverted there, and like 700 extra people had to live in this small town as they're figuring out stuff after 9/11. Yeah, I wonder if I could seek that out. I want to watch that musical at least to see how it is. I know somebody who was in the touring production of it.
On this TV show, vanilla extract was worn as perfume by Daisy Moses, who made rheumatism medicine from moonshine liquor. This show's theme song recounts how an oil well enriched a man named...
Oh. Yeah. So up from the ground came the bubbling crude. What is it? Let me tell you a story about a man named Jeb. Something man trying to keep his family fed. Took a shot trying to get some food, and up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Then he moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Beverly Hillbillies.
In this song's music video, a singer appears in a grocery aisle wearing a cheerleading uniform inspired by the Princess Diaries. This song's 18-year-old performer sings, "I've spent the night crying." The claim, "You look happy and healthy," is made in, for 10 points, what Olivia Rodrigo song?
I'm gonna name the Olivia Rodrigo song that I know. Okay. It wasn't the one that I knew. Sure. I shot my shot. I know one Olivia Rodrigo song.
In this film, Wilson gives the advice to kill the person you were born to be. The protagonist of this film is told he will never be loved properly by his homophobic mother and hallucinates while singing the title song at Dodger Stadium. For 10 points, name this 2019 film about Elton John.
Okay. God, kill the man you were meant to... I haven't seen Rocket Man, so I definitely don't know that line from this, but what... I feel like I heard that from somewhere else. Like recently.
In this film, Hutch gives the message, "The name is an anagram," referencing the letters in the name Stephen Marcato. This film begins with actor Guy Woodhouse and his wife moving into the Bramford. For 10 points, in what Roman Polanski film does a woman give birth to the son of Satan?
Oh, okay. I do not have a lot of knowledge about Rosemary's Baby. So the Bramford is probably a big clue if you know anything about the movie, which I barely do.
An early star of this show departed in 1994 after denouncing the allegedly pro-censorship policies.
So by the time... Yeah, so I just wrote a question about Sam Waterston. So I got to make sure that gets in the quiz before this comes out. But yeah, Michael Moriarty, who played Ben Stone in the early 4 seasons of Law & Order, left because of some stuff he perceived as pro censorship. And then Sam Waterston took over and was on the show for 16 years. as Jack McCoy. So I kind of got a shirt. That references that, but it just references me, really.
A song by this group declares we should be dancin', romancin' in the East Wing and the West Wing of this mansion. This group was named by Bootsy Collins, as revealed in their namesake intro. Leave the Door Open is by for 10 points.
Oh, nope. Well, all right. I shot my shot, but I was not going. I have no idea what Silk Sonic is. Not a clue what Silk Sonic is. So, even though I got it wrong, I was right. I was right to shoot my shot there.
The matriarch of this family deeply envies Haley Posey, a neighbor mom who appears perfect on social media. The series Dog Cop is created by Katie, a member of this family that encounters a giant Furby.
What?
For 10 points, name this family.
The Mitchells? Because it's the Mitchells versus the Machines? Okay, yeah. Kind of piece that together from trailers I've seen and like a recent movie that they would be asking about. Yeah. All right, so that was something I was working off of no knowledge, but I was able to kind of piece it together, with a family and going against Furbies.
In an episode of South Park, Randy Marsh produces the world's largest crap after eating at this restaurant. This restaurant's name is inspired in part by one of its co-founders, Paul Fleming. Lettuce wraps are a signature item of, for 10 points, what Asian American casual dining chain?
What? Oh, okay. All right. Took me a second to figure that out. Yeah, I've only been to P.F. Chang's like twice. And at least one of those times was there was a social gathering there, and the other time I somehow got a hold of like P.F. Chang gift cards. So you got to spend it. You got to spend those. That's a good South Park. That was a well put together question. Like a good South Park. They said Paul Fleming, so if you're thinking about P.F. Chang, like if that's a ready thing in your head, you can get it off of that. But yeah, I don't think about P.F. Chang's that often.
A gigantic, tunnel-sized one of these creatures is a minor boss in Resident Evil 2. Horizon Zero Dawn's snap maws resemble these animals.
Yeah. Video game alligators. What's the giveaway on video game alligators? Frogger? There was a Sonic character who was an alligator. King K. Rool? Well, he may have been a crocodile. Yeah, I think those are the big alligators in video games. I'm probably missing one. That's obvious.
From 2014 to 2017, this TV channel broadcast a historical drama about Revolutionary War spies titled Turn. This channel airs many after shows that feature Chris Hardwick.
Wait. I think it's just AMC. Because Chris Hardwick did The Talking Dead, which is after Walking Dead, so it's going to be AMC. Again, I literally just put a question on the quiz that was AMC, so I gotta right after this I gotta go check the quiz to make sure that these are going to be out before. Not that anybody watching this is actually playing it with Flaherty's, but maybe one person. So I gotta make sure those questions get in before this.
A remix of this song includes the line, "Bury me with berries, that forbidden fruit and cherry wine," in a verse by Kendrick Lamar. This song holds the record for most weeks on the Billboard Hot 100. The line, "Welcome to the New Age," is repeated in for 10 points.
It's radioactive. You see, this is just how I operate. You just say a lyric from a song, and I'll tell you what the song is. But you go on talking about remixes with Kendrick Lamar, probably not going to know it. Welcome to the new age, radioactive.
This place is mentioned in the title of the novelette that launched Mary Robinette Kowal's Lady Astronaut series. It is called
Like
Barsoom in Edgar Rice Burroughs' novels.
I think this is going to be Mars. Yeah. You talk about Edgar Rice Burroughs, you're talking about John Carter of Mars. Oh, that was good. That was a good paced out question because you're like, okay, place one of the, astronauts, so it's probably like a planet. Is it a real planet or fake? Oh, Edgar Rice Burroughs, he wrote about Mars and Tarzan.
A 2014 reboot of this game's setting replaced Fields of Justice with the planet Runeterra. This game's most popular format, which includes 3 lanes and 2 jungles, is Summoner's Rift.
Isn't it just
155 champions are...
crap? I'm gonna guess the wrong MOBA here. Damn it. Damn it. I knew it. I second guessed myself too much. I should have just went with League because Dota didn't make sense there.
This musical includes ballad and disco versions of the song One Night Only. The singer says, "I'm stayin' and you're gonna love me" in this musical's song, and I am telling you I'm not...
This is Dreamgirls. Whoop. Girls. Yeah, big Jennifer Hudson number. Like, yeah, I'm telling you I'm not going. Something like that. Haven't seen. Maybe I'll just go watch a bunch of musicals after this because I want to see Come From Away and check out Dreamgirls as well.
In this film, Vern chooses cherry flavor Pez if he were only allowed one food for the rest of his life. Another boy in this film faints after emerging from a swamp with a leech on his groin. Will Wheaton starred in, for 10 points, what 1986...
Ugh, that was weird. It's hard to represent in my head, but I was having a weird moment there where I remembered the name of the short story, the Stephen King short story it was based off of, but not the actual movie. So it took me a second off of Will Wheaton to get to Stand By Me. Richard Dreyfuss is at the end of that movie. Most people forget about that.
This product, which was inspired by Oaxaca artisans, first came in ram and bull shapes. Joseph Enterprises, which also owns the Clapper, markets this product, whose jingle begins cha-cha-cha.
Okay. See, you just say the lyrics of a song that I know, and I'm going to get the question. Yeah, Chia Pets. Go get you one of them Bob Ross Chia Pets.
This man wrote a romance novel titled The Perfect Letter. After discussing an Old South party attended by Rachel Kirkconnell, he apologized for not listening to Rachel Lindsay. For 10 points, in 2021, what ex-host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire stepped back from the Bachelor franchise?
What? Oh, who's... I don't know who the host of The Bachelor was. It's not Meredith Vieira. Chris Harrison. Yeah, that was a giveaway for something that I do not really interact with.
This actor played cult leader Billy Lee in the 2018 film Bad Times at the Elroy.
Okay. Thanks. Online Quiz League Pop Solos. There's a question about that in... they had a quad about cult leaders in movies, and it was this. It was mine, and I said Hemsworth, and they prompted me on it, so I had to say Chris, even though I wasn't going to say any of the other Hemsworths. In the same week where they didn't... where they didn't prompt on Elizabeth Olsen, even though they mentioned that she has famous siblings. So I buzzed in super early on this one, but if Steve Bannerman, who runs the Pop Solos League, is playing, he's not. He's probably, I think he may have even wrote that question. So I probably won't get a best buzz on that one. I'll take 19 points though.
This man, who replaced Irwin Corey at the Playboy Club, wrote a best-selling autobiography whose title reappropriated a racial slur. Kevin Hart co-produced a 2021 documentary titled The One and Only About for 10 points. What black comedian? A 1960s civil rights and anti-war activist.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm just forgetting his name. It's not this. It's Dick something. Dick Gregory. Damn it. Yeah, that's a good question that I just forgot the answer. I dropped too many questions. 625 is not going to get me where I want. I was feeling good this week, and then just started dropping questions at the end. But yeah, I think there's a lot of play for best buzz in here, and my answer correctly celerity might be way up there. So we may have a positive result there, but not the score I was looking for this week. Anyway, that's Pop Culture Week 5. Thanks for watching.